Hey T Squad, welcome back to Spilling Teas, your go-to for custom t-shirts, tutorials, design tips, and behind the scenes hustle. I don't like saying hustle no more. Behind the scenes action. If you love do-it-yourself apparel, creativity, and turning it into cash, you are in the right place. All of my contact information is listed in the description below, so feel free to connect. Today, I'm reviewing the Epson My apologies. Today I'm reviewing the Epson ET-15000 15,000. What I think about it so far, how the setup went, what my initial issues were, what I fixed, and whether I believe this printer is worth the investment for anyone doing sublimation the way I do. I want to start with why it took me so long to purchase this printer. When it first came out, I had just invested in new heat presses, supplies, and inventory. Financially, it just wasn't the right time, so I stuck with what I already had. And honestly, the idea of sublimation seemed extremely intimidating. From the outside looking in, it seemed like you needed a lot of additional materials, and it felt like a complicated process. Because of that, I avoided it for a while. When I finally purchased it, the unboxing experience was very smooth. Everything was packed neatly, nothing was missing, and the instructions were easy to follow. Honestly, that's really all you need. It tells you step by step what to do. The only thing is, you're not using the ink that comes with that printer. Please make sure you place those away as soon as you get them. As a matter of fact, I recommend selling them on eBay or another platform because ink is a necessity and it will always be someone out there who needs it. When it came to converting it into a sublimation printer, that part surprised me the most because it was extremely simple. It wasn't messy, it wasn't confusing, and it didn't require a long list of steps. I had it converted quickly without any frustration. After removing all the blue tape from the inside and outside of the printer, I placed the Epson ET-15000 in its permanent spot. You want to make sure that the transportation lock is in the down position and open the ink tank cover. Next, I opened up the black sublimation ink bottle, which is larger than the color bottles. This style of nozzle is exactly what you want when you are buying sublimation ink for your eco tank printer. The reason is simple. You don't have to squeeze or force anything. You just place the nozzle on top of the tank opening, snap it in lightly, and the ink begins to flow automatically. You'll see the ink level rise in the front window. Once that window reaches the full line, the tank is filled and you can remove the bottle. Then I repeated the same steps for the cyan, magenta, and yellow tanks, filling all four colors took no more than 5 minutes. After you finish filling the tanks, make sure each cap is securely closed and then lower the ink tank cover. Next, lift the scanner unit slightly and set it back down. When it clicks into place, lift it once more and lower it fully to complete the process. Once your tanks are full, plug it in, power it on, and follow the on-screen setup prompts. Run a couple of test prints to confirm your lines are clean, straight, and that every color is showing up. If anything looks faint or broken, just repeat the nozzle check and cleaning cycle until all the lines are solid. The printer's display will guide you step by step if a deeper cleaning is needed. The instructions are very clear and easy to follow. Now let's cover the software installation because this part matters. If you are using a Mac or if your computer doesn't have a CD or DVD drive, you'll need an internet connection to download the Epson software. My new Asus laptop doesn't have a DVD drive, so I had to go directly to Epson's website to install everything. In the printed instructions, this is listed under step 5. Make sure your printer is not connected to your computer yet. Just follow the prompts on your screen exactly as they appear. The setup will ask you to choose how you want the printer connected. Either wireless connection, direct USB connection, or wired network connection. I selected wireless and it worked perfectly for me. The printer does not come with a USB cable, so if you prefer a USB connection, you'll need to buy one separately. I actually could have reused the cable from my Canon MG3522 because it uses the same style of cord, but I still chose to go wireless for convenience. Connecting the printer to Wi-Fi was straightforward and didn't require any troubleshooting. Once it connected, I registered the product online, and that process went just as smoothly. No errors, no restarts, nothing unexpected. The only time you'll really need help, in my opinion, is when it comes to these settings. We'll talk about that next. That's why I'm not doing a super detailed review. It's plenty of videos on that. Now let me talk about my very first test prints. They did not come out correctly, and the issue had nothing to do with the printer itself. The problem was me not knowing where to adjust my print settings. The images printed dull, muted, and completely off. I spent some time going through the settings and clicking around. Honestly, it felt like decoding a completely new system. But once I finally found the correct printer settings, the prints came out beautifully. The colors were vibrant. The clarity improved immediately, and it was a night and day difference. From that moment on, every print was consistent and clean. After adjusting the settings, I tested my prints on 2 different types of sublimation blanks. I used the correct temperature and press time for each one, and both transferred perfectly. The final results were sharp, bright, and exactly what I hoped I'd get from a converted sublimation printer. I do want to point out one issue I'm currently dealing with. When I design a tumbler wrap, Cricut Design Space is forcing me to print on 11 by 17 paper. I would prefer to print on smaller paper to avoid being wasteful, especially when I don't need a full sheet. If anyone knows a solution to allow an 8.5 by 11 printing with tumbler designs inside of Cricut Design Space, please leave me a comment. I'm open to suggestions. I'm also planning to see if the Caesar Romeo allows more flexibility with printing paper size. That test will be in another video, so make sure to hit like and tap that notification bell so you don't miss it. After you have your image and you're ready to make it, what you don't want to do is hit mirror image. The Epson's menu will prompt you to do that, so do not push that. But this is where you get to your Epson, that system dialog box. That's what you want to click to get to the Epson settings. Then you want to hit your preference box. Now I'm not going to go through it detailed because I have actually made you guys a downloadable PDF that you can download to your phone, or just take a picture or a screenshot of your phone or whatever device you are watching this on. That way you'll have it and be able to refer back to it whenever you like. Also, like I stated, I found these settings, and the channel I found them from was Delanda's. So shout out to Delanda for these settings and how to get to them. So far, I truly love this printer. I don't regret this purchase choice at all. Once the settings were corrected, it performed exactly how I hoped it would. I wish I had purchased it sooner because it would have saved me a lot of time and money, especially on infusible ink sheets. I'm still deciding whether I'll give those away, and if I do, I'll announce it here on the channel. In my next video, I will talk about the other printers I had on my list and the reasons why I did not choose them. So again, make sure you hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I drop it. Before I go, If you are serious about growing your t-shirt business, don't forget to check out my ebook, Bulk T-Shirt Order Success Playbook. It breaks down how to mass produce custom shirts quickly using a Cricut or any cutter in that same size category. I created it to help you stop feeling intimidated by large bulk orders and start accepting them with confidence. Inside the book, I share the exact system I use, the time-saving methods that work, and real-life case studies so you can move through big projects effortlessly. It is on sale right now for only $9.99 for a limited time, and the link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay cool, calm, and creative. Much love.